Have you ever stopped to think why Jesus, in the midst of a tense situation, bent down and began to write in the sand? This enigmatic moment has intrigued scholars and believers for centuries. What did he write there? Was it a mysterious message or a powerful message hidden in the words erased by the wind? Stay with us because today we will unravel the secrets behind this fascinating gesture and understand what it can teach us these days. This passage is recorded in the Gospel of John, chapter 8, verses 1 to 11. The scene takes place in the temple, where Jesus is teaching a crowd. Suddenly, the Pharisees and scribes bring a woman caught in adultery and place her in the crowd before Jesus. They challenge him by saying that the law of Moses commands them to stone such a woman and ask Jesus what he says about it. It was a clear trap. If he said not to stone, he would be contrary to the Mosaic law, but if he agreed to the execution, he would compromise his message of mercy and forgiveness. Jesus then bends down and begins to write on the sand with his finger, an action that baffles everyone present. The accusers keep pressing him for an answer, and he stands up and says, "Let him who is without sin be the first to cast a stone." Then he bends down again and continues to write on the floor. One by one, starting with the elders, the accusers turn away, leaving Jesus and the woman alone. Jesus stands up and asks her, "Woman, where are they? Has no one condemned you?" She replies no, and Jesus tells her, "Neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more." This interaction not only saves a woman's life, but also challenges the concepts of justice and mercy of the time, establishing a new paradigm of forgiveness and reflection on one's own sins before judging others. One of the most common interpretations is that Jesus was demonstrating calm and control in an extremely tense situation. While the Pharisees and scribes, eager to condemn the woman and test Jesus, pressed him for an answer, he chooses not to react immediately. Instead, he bends down and begins to write in the sand, a gesture that suggests thoughtfulness and serenity. This act of writing on the floor can be seen as a way to deflect tension, allowing the situation to calm down and that it can respond more effectively. Jesus' attitude contrasts strongly with that of the accusers, who were filled with zeal and haste to condemn, further highlighting his wisdom and patience. Moreover, the gesture of writing in the sand has profound symbolic implications. Although the biblical text does not reveal what he wrote, many scholars believe that Jesus could be recording the sins of the accusers themselves or quoting passages from Scripture that exposed his hypocrisy. The choice to write in the sand, a medium where words would be quickly erased by the wind or by the movement of people, can symbolize the temporary and forgivable nature of human sins. This silent but powerful action reinforces the message that all are sinners and lack mercy, disarming the traps set by the Pharisees and bringing to the surface the need for introspection and forgiveness. In this way, Jesus not only saved the woman, but also offered a lasting lesson in compassion and self-examination. In writing the sins of those who were ready to condemn the woman, Jesus forced them to confront their own imperfection, resulting in the gradual withdrawal of each of them, starting with the elders, who were probably more aware of their failings. Another theory suggests that Jesus might be writing a verse from Scripture that condemned hypocrisy and injustice. Some scholars point to Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 13, which talks about those who turn away from God being written in the dust. This reference may have been a powerful reminder that the Pharisees were turning away from true divine justice. Regardless of the exact content, writing on the sand had a significant impact. He demonstrated the wisdom and authority of Jesus, disarming the situation without direct words of condemnation, but through a gesture that spoke volumes. This silent but eloquent gesture underlined the central message of mercy and the need to look at one's own sins before judging others, leaving a lasting impression on all present. Moreover, the gesture of writing in the sand by Jesus carries profound symbolic meanings that still resonate today. The act of writing in such a temporary and easily erasable medium as sand can be seen as a metaphor for the transience of human sins and the mercy of God. Just as words in the sand are swiftly swept away by wind or water, sins, when confessed and repented, can be forgiven and blotted out by divine grace. This interpretation reminds us of the ephemeral nature of our failures and the transforming power of forgiveness. Jesus, choosing this gesture, shows that he was not interested in permanently recording people's mistakes, but in offering a chance for redemption and a new opportunity for life. This symbolism is deeply relevant to Jesus' message about mercy and self-examination. He challenged not only the Pharisees, but also all of us to reflect on our own actions and to be more compassionate with others. Instead of focusing on the sins of others, Jesus teaches us to look within ourselves, recognize our failures, and seek inner change. This call to introspection and compassion is one of the pillars of Christian teaching and remains a vital lesson for humanity. Jesus' attitude in writing in the sand invites each of us to consider the impermanence of our transgressions and the importance of forgiveness, both for ourselves and for others, promoting a culture of grace and empathy rather than judgment and condemnation. What does this passage teach us today? In a world often quick to judge and condemn, the story of Jesus writing in the sand offers us a powerful lesson in mercy and self-awareness. Jesus not only challenges the Pharisees to reconsider their readiness to condemn the adulterous woman, but also invites us to reflect on our own attitudes and actions. In our current society, where people's failures and mistakes are often widely publicized and criticized on social media and in everyday life, Jesus' message is a timely reminder to practice empathy and understanding. Instead of focusing on the faults of others, we are encouraged to look within ourselves, recognize our own imperfections, and act with compassion. In addition, this passage shows us the importance of offering second chances and the opportunity for redemption. The way Jesus deals with the situation, not condemning the woman, but exhorting her to sin no more, exemplifies an approach that values the dignity and potential of each individual for transformation. This is particularly relevant in contexts such as the justice system, education, and interpersonal relationships, where a focus on rehabilitation and personal growth can lead to more positive and sustainable results than simple punishment. Jesus' lesson in writing in the sand is clear. We all make mistakes, and we all deserve the opportunity to change and improve. Instead of being quick to judge, we should be quick to offer support and encouragement so that each person can find a way back to righteousness and inner peace. In short, Jesus' gesture of writing in the sand is loaded with profound and timeless meanings. He not only disarmed a potentially violent and unjust situation, but also conveyed a powerful message about mercy, introspection, and forgiveness. By bending down and writing in the sand, Jesus broke the cycle of judgment and condemnation, diverting the focus of the woman's sins to the need for self-examination among the accusers. This silent but eloquent act invites us to reflect on the transience of human sins and the importance of offering and seeking forgiveness. In a world where intolerance and condemnation often prevail, Jesus' attitude reminds us that compassion and understanding are essential for a more harmonious and just coexistence. Closing our video, it is essential to realize that the story of Jesus writing in the sand goes beyond a simple historical event. It is a continuous call for all of us. The lesson that we must look into our own hearts before judging others is a relevant message at any time. Jesus shows us that everyone has flaws and that mercy should be a guiding principle in our lives. So, at the end of our chat, I leave the reflection. How can we apply this wisdom in our daily lives? How can we be more compassionate and less judgmental? If you like this video, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Until next time, and may the peace and wisdom of Jesus be with you all.